Okay, so this time I'm talking to y'all is a persuasive speeches for a class I'm doing. It's talk about older drivers in the state of Tennessee. We have strict enough guidelines for our older people, our grandmas, our great aunts, our uncles, that they want to stay independent, they want to drive, but sometimes they really need to be behind the wheel. You know what I mean? Starting off. Most of the time, anybody, once they turn over 70, per mile driven, they're usually the most dangerous to themselves and the most dangerous to those like us on the road. Typically, they're the safest ones because they choose to drive during daylight. They don't drive at nighttime. They don't drive when the roads are wet. They make good decisions like that, but once they actually get on the road, that's when things will go bad. The reason for that is, as we get older, our vision goes bad, our cognitive skills get bad, ability to make decisions in a timely fashion. The state of our bodies goes down. We've got arthritis, we got stiff. It's hard for us to move around. So, what can we do to help keep us safe, help keep them safe? My suggestion is for us to support slightly stricter guidelines when they go to renew their license. So, and this is the reason why. This is, you can't see it up here, but it's a 90-year-old lady. She's in Dallas, Texas. She left out her driveway. According to her neighbor, his testimony, she backed out the yard, halfway out the yard, across the curb, across the road, hit the other curb, stopped, diffused the gas for the brake, took off real quick, stopped. Then she went 6 blocks, and she ran through a red light. Straight up, didn't even slow down. She hit somebody, T-boned. She had a broken ankle and abrasion on her arm. The girl she hit was a 17-year-old girl that was going to school. She ended up going to the hospital. She died 5 days later. She got to live. Next thing. This is down in Deerfield Beach, Florida. They was in church. They just got out Sunday afternoon. One of the parishioners, she got in her car. She put it in reverse, didn't realize it. She hit the gas real quick, rolled up over the curb. Once she did that, it scared her. She hit the gas even more. She kept on rolling over the curb. She hit another parishioner that was coming out the door. So she rolled her up under the car and drug her across the parking lot into that lawn, about 50 feet from where she started. She didn't even stop the car. Somebody had to intervene and open the door and hit the brakes on the car. She didn't know what was going on. She didn't understand why the vehicle wasn't stopping. And last thing, this happened less than 2 months ago. This is in summer. Rockabilly Festival we had. So we had a 91-year-old man. He run through the barricade there, and he killed 2 people. One man, we all know who they were. One man was from Corinth, one lady was from Henderson. They were pronounced dead on the scene. But the reports of this is still inconclusive. He was supposed to have medical problems, but it ended up being he didn't know why the car wouldn't stop. So he evidently was having something going on with his brain. He didn't know that. It's inconclusive, so that's all that can go with that. So why does this happen? The reason why we have things like this happen is because we got older drivers that are, once they get older, according to the Persuasive research group, our judgment and depth perception is impaired the older we get. That's why, when we're making left-hand turns, especially older people, they have a real hard time making left-hand turns because they have oncoming traffic, so they got to judge distance, they got to judge speed, they got to judge their distance, their speed, multiple vehicles, and the older we get, the harder it is for us to do that. That's why making left-hand turns is one of those things for older people that you usually have a harder time with. Another thing is, going to AARP, your medical condition once you get older. Well over half of elderly people have arthritis. They're sore, have sore joints, hurts when they walk, hurts when they sit down, hurts when they lay down. So even if you have somebody that's just say 80 years old and their mind is as sharp as it can be, their body might be what's holding them back from making those reflexes, making those turns that they need to make. Even if their mind's good, it could be their body holding them back. So now, doing that, what do we do to fix that? Currently, in Tennessee, we have 5-year renewal We're not required to have a vision test. We're not required to have a written test. And we can renew online or by mail. That's it. We don't even have to go in. You know what I mean? It's easy. We don't even have to look at anybody in the DMV, which is convenient. We all know going to the DMV with driver's license can be a pain sometimes. But I would propose that at least somebody that's over 70 years old, at least starting at that point, because per mile driven, that is what injury prevention book says. That is when they become the most dangerous. At least starting at that time, require a renewal period of 3 years or less. Because once you get to a certain age, I mean, your health can decline so rapidly that a 5-year window may not catch something like that. Also, a vision test, I feel like, should be mandated. Anytime you get your license renewed, you want to make sure that you can see. If you can't see, you don't need to drive. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. I mean, I don't think that's too much to ask. Also, renewing in person. People at the DMV, they can be trained to look for pretty obvious signs that you may need a further assessment. You might need to take a written test, or you might need to take a road test. Granted, it's not asking you to do anything that you haven't done before. You did it when you were 16 years old. You did it, whenever you got your license. I mean, it's not anything going above and beyond what you've already done. I mean, if you had an airline pilot, you would want him to be able to pass his test over and over again, I would think, when he's driving you around an airplane.
Right.
So, I mean, this is not that much different, because once you're behind the wheel of a car, you control your life, you control somebody else's life. Because all it takes is that movement right there, and you're head on with somebody. So, don't think this is not a problem that's going to go away. Right now, the baby boomers, all the kids that are born after World War II, they've already started getting into retirement age. It's the biggest generation that we have, and it's not going to be until 2029 when the last of them start getting into retirement age. So the amount of elderly drivers we have on the road right now is just going to at least double by that time. So us trying to take some steps to preemptively deal with the situation would benefit us tremendously. Thank you.